Hi again, it's Alex and I'm currently at my desk trying to organise travel for a meeting that I have coming up. So I thought this was the perfect opportunity to kind of talk about meetings, and especially when you have to travel to meetings, and whether you feel like it's worth the journey and the expense. So the majority of the time my meetings are all unpaid, so I have to fork out a little bit of money to go over to them and hopefully land them as a client. Obviously it's great when you land the client, like it's worth the money, it's worth the investment of paying to travel up to see them. And sometimes you haven't landed the client and a lot of people feel like it's wasted money, but for me, I tend to use it as a learning experience and take on any criticism or any feedback from them and try and channel that energy into future meetings and trying to make my pitching and my kind of explanation of what I do and how I can help them better. And I've actually got one of these meetings coming up and it is £75 for me to get to this meeting, so it's a little bit worrying. Like obviously, if I land this client, the £75, it's completely worth it. But if I don't, it's £75 that I have now, lost, and it's kind of a lot of money. So whenever this kind of situation comes up where, I'm actually having to fork out quite a bit of money to get to these meetings, I have to make sure that I am fully prepped and I have a complete brief written out and all sorted. Because sometimes you have to pitch yourself and pitch your services to these companies and these clients because they're a little bit unsure whether they're thinking that video or photo is worth their investment. I've done it for a few companies now where I've shown that their social media sites are basically dead. They're not posting anything good on there, not even posting anything at all really. So I've got to go in there and be like, actually, if we work together on this, we can produce some really cool content that you can promote your brand, your products, what you do to a wider audience. Obviously, I am not a social media manager. I'm not really ahead of social media or really understand it fully like most people do. But I can supply the content that other people can then use to promote the products. So yeah, in this type of business for me, sometimes you have to spend money to make money, I've got to spend some money to get to a meeting to hopefully land this client so I can get future work from them. And yeah, to be honest, it is a risk, but a lot of the times you can't always get your ideas or your vision across through an email or through Skype. It's a lot easier to kind of feel the vibe of the room and kind of tailor your points and your kind of vision to that. So that's why I always kind of prefer face-to-face meetings, because I feel personally you can get a lot more done than over email or Skype.